Namibia's most vulnerable citizens receive aid from Europe. Due to severe drought and the enforcement of restrictions to curb the coronavirus pandemic, food security has declined significantly. People whose home is an informal settlement are especially at risk, having lost the casual work they used to do on commercial farms. Fortunately, the European Union, a Shining World Leadership Award for Peace recipient, and a Shining World Leadership Awards for Compassion, Unconditional World Care, and True Caring Laureate, has donated 2 million euros to the United Nations World Food Program, or WFP, which will allocate the funds in partnership with UNICEF and the Namibian government. Vital food distributions, cash transfers, and vouchers will be supplied through September 2021 to 30,000 individuals in the regions of Comas, Omusati, and Irango. Our sincere accolades, European Union, World Food Program, and others for your compassionate response to an urgent situation. We look forward to seeing Namibia's delightful people dancing in a downpour of grace from heaven.
Research confirms the benefits of upgrading how Americans obtain their nourishment. In 2019, the Eat Lancet Commission developed guidelines for sustaining our planet's natural resources so that there will be enough food for 10 billion human beings in the future. Scientists at the University of Illinois in Chicago, USA, studied national eating habits and food production practices to suggest changes that would have the most positive impact. They found that if people increased their intake of vegetables and nuts while consuming less red meats and refined sugars, they could satisfy the Eat Lancet criteria and reduce harm to the environment by 28 to 38%. As an added bonus, the dietary changes could yield improved wellness and longevity. Our sincere appreciation, university researchers, for your important findings. We trust that all of humanity will make wiser and more compassionate food choices in God's loving embrace.
European innovators devise system for removing litter from seabed. The Fraunhofer Center for Maritime Logistics and Services in Hamburg, Germany, is networking with universities and municipal agencies to develop a way of collecting sunken garbage. The project is called Sea Clear and is comprised of an unmanned floating mothership, a drone, and 2 underwater remote-operated vehicles, or ROVs. The airborne surveillance device and one of the ROVs scout around for suspected trash. The second ROV uses acoustic sensors and artificial intelligence to differentiate debris from marine organisms and geology. Bonafide waste is then sucked in or gripped for transport back to the mothership. Thus far, the technology has been tested off the coast of Dubrovnik, Croatia, and in the port of Hamburg. Our delighted applause, Fraunhofer Center and partners. We are waiting with bated breath to see pristine oceans, thanks to inventions like yours, in celestial jubilance.
Researchers study how ionized gases can lead to higher crop yields. When an inert gas such as helium, neon, or argon is subjected to a high voltage, it becomes a charged plasma that radiates electromagnetic fields and photons. At laboratories in Saudi Arabia, Japan, and the United States, experiments have shown that when seeds are exposed to this energy, they absorb more water and their surfaces become wrinkled, which speeds up germination. Optimal exposure times vary, and some species, for example, grapes and acacia, are more responsive to the treatment. But all of the trials so far have demonstrated faster plant growth, and scientists are fine-tuning the application of plasma to produce more food for the world. Remarkable work, global researchers. Earth's inhabitants will thank you, and heaven's deities will bless you for striving to improve the quality of life for everyone.
Lab-grown human skin offers better way to test products. Scientists at the University of Dundee in Scotland have developed cultured skin that could replace animals for testing pharmaceuticals and cosmetics. The new product mimics the tension of living tissue and thus delivers results that more accurately predict the outcome with people. A spin-off company called 10Bio Limited has been formed to market the patented process, and it recently won £65,000 for being one of the most promising new enterprises in the country. Co-founder Dr. Robin Hickerson, who has a doctorate in biological chemistry, stated upwards of 90% of drugs that are proven safe and effective in animals fail during clinical trials. Our model will help reduce this costly failure rate. Congratulations and our gratitude, Dr. Robin Hickerson and team, for diminishing the suffering in our world. We pray for the end of all animal abuse and for humanity's redemption in divine mercy.
China's rising middle class is seeking healthier food options. Young families in the country's big cities are trying new plant-based meat products. Startups within China and around Asia are vying with international imports for market share. For example, Green Planet Foods sees tremendous potential and is investing heavily in research and development. It will be testing Asian alternatives to Western veggie burgers, as well as innovative manufacturing method at its design laboratory in Singapore, before scaling up for distribution in China. Another firm, Beijing-based Zen Meats, recently introduced its plant-based meatballs to a local hot pot restaurant chain. By the end of the first month, this popular product was outselling traditional meatballs at a ratio of 2-to-1. We are gladdened by your endeavors, Green Planet Foods and Zen Meat. As consumers become more mindful of what they eat, your delicious vegan products are veritable blessings of the providence.
Nature Reserve welcomes back endangered animals. Aussie ARC, a species recovery organization, has been working for 10 years to reintroduce Tasmanian devils to the Australian mainland. The marsupials were exiled to the island of Tasmania some 3,000 years ago for unknown reasons. When their numbers declined in the 1990s due to a contagious form of mouth cancer, biologists started breeding a disease-free population in an isolated environment. In March 2020, Aussie ARC arranged to transport 15 of the feisty little ones to Barrington Wildlife Sanctuary in New South Wales. 6 months later, all of them were apparently thriving, so scientists brought over 11 more. Conservationists are heartened by the beloved animals' return, especially after the devastating wildfires of 2019, and look forward to restoring other essential wildlife. 3 cheers, Aussie ARC, for your diligent efforts on behalf of Australia's fauna. May each species play its God-assigned role in maintaining a healthy and balanced ecosystem.